Okay, Keisha, we have to figure out what we're gonna do for the theme song. What do you think
Oh
we
wait,
should
no, no,
do
no,
for
no,
the
no,
theme
no.
song?
Okay, you want to hear me? Okay, I can beatbox. A dead ass can beatbox.
Okay, what that sound like?
Boots and pants and boots and pants and boots and pants and boots
Yeah,
and pants.
keep doing it.
You serious?
Keep doing it.
Boots and pants and boots and pants and boots and pants and boots
Yeah,
and
yeah,
pants and
yeah. And then you
boots and
gotta come
pants and
in with
boots
like
and
some
pants
crazy
and boots
electric
and
guitar, like
pants and boots and 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 pants and boots and
are you ready to riot?
hey everybody, welcome to the Pink Riot Comic Show. It's your girl Keisha, aka Havoc, and I am here with my awesome, brilliantly talented co-host Rae. How you doing, babe?
I'm great. How are you, love?
Today was a parenting day, but
Oof,
it is all good.
oof. Yeah, it bees like that. It definitely is
Yes.
that. Oof. Yeah, no, my day was pretty solid. I got to I had like workity schmirkety meetings, but I got to go pick up my comics today. I had my favorite tacos today, you know. Um yeah,
It's,
it's today was a good day. You know what I mean? Like
yeah. I
what
mean,
else
comic
can
book.
as an adult, like, it's just the little things.
It is the little
Yeah,
things.
the
No,
little
I'm
things that
happy.
cheer you up.
I'm I'm happy that you were able to go get your tacos because I know how much you love getting them when you get your comics.
Y'all don't even understand like my perfect day, like for like a regular degular, like don't get me wrong, when Pink Riot blows up, I won't tell nobody about the money, but there will be signs. But for like a regular degular day, to be able to like go pick up my comics, stop and get some of my favorite tacos. There's like 3 taco spots in the Bay Area that I mess with heavily. Um, get some ice cream, okay? There's a couple of ice cream spots that I like am obsessed with. And if I'm able to like also stop by like Ulta or Sephora and get some cute, to play with later, that's my peak day. That's
Mm.
my peak day. And don't mess around and me not have like any responsibilities and I can go sit by the waterfront to
Oh,
watch the sunset. Peak.
those be the best days.
Right. Like,
You you don't
and
have to
what's
go
sad,
pick up
I feel like
nobody
such
from
an old lady
school.
because it's literally just me running my errands without having to do nothing else. But actually, yeah,
No, no,
yeah,
those are the best days. Those
yeah.
are absolutely the best days.
Mhm, mhm. The
I
only way it'd be better if you find $1,000,000, or if you just was like, "Pick me up, I'm at the airport." I'd be like, you know what I mean? But
that would be great,
right, we take what we can get. We
right?
take what we can get. What does your
No.
like peak perfect day look like for like a chill day?
For a chill day,
Yeah, yeah.
honestly,
Like right
not
now,
getting
attainable chill day.
an
Because we can
attainable
go
chill
crazy,
day,
but
right?
yeah.
Oh, yes, we can. But an
Mhm.
attainable chill day for me is honestly not getting out of bed.
Ooh,
Just
okay.
like having everything in arm's reach. I'm sitting in bed. I like barely have to lean over to like get my Kobo. I'm barely having to glance and get a remote. I like just I want to be as lazy as absolutely possible, like sloth mode, just turning my head ever so slightly to watch TV and then stopping. Like that's a great day. And then getting your back cracked and then like great food. That's it.
I love how that's a part of your day because you have the back cracker at home on retainer.
I'm good.
Right. Like please trust and believe that if the dating pool didn't have piss in it, that would be a part of my day also. But
You
for
know
now,
what?
it's like adding that piece implies that there's somebody's son that I have to deal with. And right now,
Yeah.
that's a different kind of day. But when I say
Yeah.
I love that for you, babes, I love that for you, babes.
Yeah,
Love
that's a day. That's an
it.
awesome day for me.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I can
Yeah,
complete.
yeah.
Yeah. You know what? Yeah.
It's a great, but honestly, like the more, because being in the book space, I'm like around people who, different people who are single, in different types of relationships. And the more
Yeah.
I hear about the dating pool, the more
Bruh.
I'm like, oh,
Bruh.
the
It's wild.
ghetto.
It's wild. The ghetto is
The
right.
ghetto.
Okay.
Just
The ghetto is right. Oh my
mm.
gosh. Now
Yeah,
I want to add getting my nails and feet done to that day list because something about a maintenance day. You know what I mean? You just go.
you know what? I respect that. If I wanted to leave my house, I'd say the same.
Mm-hmm. That's the
It's-
thing. I love to leave my house. I love to find me some business, to get cute, to smell nice. You know what I mean? Like get the
Fair.
little cutesy doopsy going on. That's one of my favorite things for somebody to be like, "Oh my god, what are you wearing? You smell so good." I'm like, "Don't you know, babes? Don't you know?" But yeah,
Love that.
I feel that. Sometimes you do want a day of just like supreme bed rot. Absolutely. Like
Yeah.
with the charcuterie on deck and a bevy on deck and the remote within
Yeah.
reach. I'm in a blanket burrito. I
Everything.
feel like you would be rocking your moo for sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Just like multiple blankets surrounding. This has to happen on a cold day because I have to be outside during the summer. Cold days, I'm just wrapped up. Can't tell me nothing. Can't get me to do anything.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
the
that's fair.
greatest. The greatest ever.
Yeah.
But oh, we had a new intro.
Yeah,
Anyone
did you guys
caught
I
that?
feel like if you're just now getting here, you might have missed it. Should we run it back or is that doing too much? Because we didn't warn anybody.
You know what? Everybody can listen to it on the playback.
Okay, period. She really said
you
no.
know,
Y'all gonna have to come back. That's fine. That's fine. Okay, well, for those of you who did catch it, we put a little razzle dazzle into our intro and we went back
yeah,
and forth about what that was gonna look like. And ultimately, in our very unserious way, we were
very
like,
unserious.
it should really just reflect us and our shenanigans. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be doing too much. And so it was really just the girls having a key, a little bit.
Definitely.
And we did
we
like, we literally had our meeting, Pink Riot meeting, and it was like, all right, we're doing this now. We're just gonna try it out couple different ways. The way that the most unplanned version of it is the one that ends up making it. Shout out to our Riot royalty, the highest tier of our
yes,
Patreon subscribers. They had the ultimate say in which one was going to be, utilized
premiered
premiered,
first.
yeah, first. So
Yeah,
shout out to Jana. Jana pulled up to the meeting. She's one of the Riot Royalty tier members who was there when the decision was being made. So see how it like pays to be a participant in the Riot Royalty tier and then to also show up to the meetings, cuz shout out to y'all cuz y'all be holding it down, but y'all be busy. So we
yeah,
get y'all sometimes, other times, but for those who don't know, we try to give extra, access to our Riot royalty tier. So shout out to Jana for picking that one.
yeah.
It's
And
hilarious and
it
ridiculous.
is, and it was the first one that we did. Like,
Literally,
gave them three
quite
different
literally.
options,
Yeah,
and she chose the first one, which was fun.
yeah, which is like chaos because we had an idea of what we wanted to say, but we just kind of riffed and then it went off the rails. So it is what it is. We really were like wanting to record together because we're gonna be
Mm-hmm.
we're gonna be linking up pretty soon for these cons coming up, guys.
Yeah,
And we're like, we'll
yeah.
just do it then. But we had a chat about the best way to go about it. And I was like, let's just do the thing and we might do it again then, who knows. But for now, that's the new intro. We're loving it. It's the chaotic good of it all. We knew we
Yeah.
wanted we wanted it to be like punk rock, but also hip hop, but also silly, but also not doing too much. So I think it's
And
hilarious.
free. I can't stress that enough. It's us.
Free, $3.99. Okay,
$3.99.
because we've had the chat. We've had the chat. We've had the gander at folks who make these sorts of things. And I was like, yeah, but whatever. Because we can easily do this ourselves. So, yeah, if you get a chance, check it out. Check out the intro. I'm not sure how many more times we'll keep using it. Because we might flip flop it so y'all can hear the other versions. We might, just be re-recording it if we find out something else cool. Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
You guys are here getting in at the ground floor with us and our shenanigans. So you get to see us grow and evolve and make everything more crispy and branded as we go along. So,
Yeah.
if you've seen it, great. If you didn't, that's also fine. If you see some wild out in these streets, you didn't mind your business. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're doing our best. We're doing our
We
best.
are doing the best we can with what we got.
With what we got. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, let's say what's up to the good folks in the chat.
Yes, yes.
Hey, punk rock Chris.
Hey,
Yes,
hey.
tacos, okay? Tacos every day. No, not every day. We're not wilding like that. But that would be so tea. If I had premium tacos on deck every day, it would be hard to say no. That's all I'll say
Yeah.
about that. Hey,
Brayburn.
Brayburn. Love you, Bookie.
Hey.
Brayburn says they love both of these days. They're here for both of our perfect days. And I knew you would understand.
Yes.
And also, hey, y'all. Hey, Sheena.
Sheena. Hey, love. How are you?
And see, Sheena was hoping we were going to play it again, but, Keisha has spoken. Brayburn too. Brayburn was literally there when we recorded it, and Brayburn was like,
right? Let me hear.
You gonna play it again? Period. Yeah, shout out to Jana for picking. Hey, Chell. Thanks for, Chell Simone. Thanks for tuning in. What's free? Our intro that we made was free 99 because we did it ourselves. Oh, period.
Oh,
Sheena
thank you,
said she went
Sheena.
back and watched it and loved it.
Aww,
You know what?
thank
Really,
you.
Sheena's opinion is like
Everything.
high up. You feel me? So
Everything.
I'm satisfied with that.
Right?
So yeah,
Oh,
if
my
you've
goodness.
seen the intro or if you went back and just listened to it just now because of our craziness, what are your thoughts? Feedback,
Yes.
ideas, did things we liked, things not so much, all of the things we love the feedback.
Let us know.
Period. Chelsea Mom said, love a do-it-yourself Donna. Yep.
Yes.
Yep. We like DIY flight our intro. Yep. Love it. All of the vibes. We hope that we had a nice little chuckle about how if you've been in these bookish streets, you've seen we have some stuff and things that we're participating in here coming up soon. And we had a laugh because it was like we have both of our personal headshots for things for like our separate bookish endeavors, but obviously because we live on opposite coasts, the only pictures of us together are from
San Diego.
San
No.
Diego
And Black Book
Black Book
Dash.
Dash, and then we met up for another thing with the girls, and those are the legit only pictures that both of us are in together.
Yeah.
So it's like literally like, okay, when did we look cute together? What's your favorite pic, babe? What are we gonna use? And it's literally us making the silliest, goofiest faces. We have more serious ones because like we went out to brunch or something and we have like a more
Mhm.
chill looking picture, but it's less
Yeah.
fun. So we just went with the fun one.
So
I'm like
all of
sticking
our
my
pictures,
tongue out in the photo, guys. And that's our podcast professional headshot.
but it
But I feel
works.
like it conveys,
Right. It
the
works.
vibe.
It works.
You know
Like
what? I love this. Chelsea Simone said, "Real friends never have pics together." Now,
facts.
what I will say is, that can be true for certain type of friends, but just know that if I lived close enough to you, Keisha, we would have so many pics together because I love taking pictures with the girlies.
Okay, I'm gonna let you know then they would all be on your phone
Oh,
because the
for
way I
sure,
very
for sure,
rarely ever have my phone out.
for
If I
sure.
have my phone on me at all, that's but no,
I
that's
think,
I love that.
yeah, yeah, I love it too. But yeah, all of the vibes. Yeah, and the pics would definitely still be so very unserious. You're absolutely right,
Hmm.
Chell Simone. Because y'all like y'all think it's bad when we're together online. Don't let us
Yeah.
be in person with the key where we're like keying each other up like I think yeah, it's gonna happen.
That's happened several times, especially
Absolutely it has. It turns into the best of times for sure.
as
Okay, Punk Rock Chris says, "Big facts. I just started taking pics with my oldest friend when I visit him because I didn't want to miss the chance." Oh, I love that. I know what
that's
that's
sweet.
like. I feel like that's a lot of people. They're like a lot of people's natural inclination isn't to just take pictures all the time. I've learned that
Right.
apparently I'm very much a sentimental bitch because I was having a key with one of the book club members, Kai Taku. Shout out to her, love her down. She's just randomly frolicking in the UK doing her thing. And she like tapped in and was telling us about her trip. And every time she goes on one of these trips, I'm like, babes, how many pictures have you taken where you're in the picture as proof of your trip? And she's like,
No.
and she's like, it's
No.
not like I'm gonna go back and look at them and be like, oh, remember 97 in Vienna or whatever. It's like, but why not? I literally do that all the time. Like, I literally just the other day was like going down a rabbit hole of like my Coachella photos and then also
Oh.
went down the rabbit hole of our San Diego photos. So yeah, I do that all the time. And I'll just have a good happy cry cuz it's like, wow, I'm so blessed. Look at these memories, you know? Apparently most
That
people
is
don't.
serious. No, actually, no. I think of it differently. Like I think it's sentimental to like kind of like be in the moment, and I feel like if I take my phone out and I'm like, wait, no, fix your face. Let's take this picture. I feel like I'd be ruining it.
Fix
Not
your
that
face
that's
is
the case.
crazy.
No, but I feel like I'd be ruining the moment. So like I try to
Mm,
just be there because I find it difficult to be in the moment. My mind is always in a million different places. So like it just I don't know. I like that, but I do love the sentimentality and in having that memory
yeah.
because it would suck to be like 10, 15 years down the road. You're like, damn, I can't remember this, but I was there. I'm like,
Mhm.
you have no
Nah,
proof or
babes, I'm gonna
evidence
be
of
like,
it.
girl, I got these pictures somewhere. Like, that will definitely be. Don't worry about it, babes. I got you. If we were there together, the memories are somewhere. Okay. And I feel
And I
like I
appreciate you
feel
for
you
that.
about feeling the moment in the moment because we had some deep cuts, like randomly, unexpectedly, like super deep
Mhm.
revelatory cuts. Especially, I feel like at Black Book Bash.
Yeah,
Um,
that was great.
Yeah, the squad there was very
It was,
intellectual, giving all of the vibes, and
it
it
was
was a time.
everything.
Yeah, yeah, like deep cuts. So I feel you on that, but I also am like, I feel like I'm pretty smooth with it. Like there's a lot of video that
You
if I were
are.
to show you, you'd be like, "When did you do that?" I'd be like,
You are.
"Cause your girl is gonna document." Okay,
No, no,
and
no, definitely.
Chelsea says, sorry, Sheena said, I love y'all's friendship, and we love you, babes. I can't wait till we link up with Sheena in person because
Right?
I just
That's gonna
know,
be great.
right? Chelsea says, I was going through pics with my mom, and she asked me why I didn't get closer uh to head to the edge of the Grand Canyon. I was toasted. My mom wouldn't have known that story if I didn't have pics. See? Yeah. Yeah, you know. It's funny too cuz like we were when I was talking with Kai about it, I was like, "Well, what about like when you're like 87 and you're like talking to, whoever and you're like, "Yeah, back in the day, I used to rough and tumble or whatever, like I've been to Coachella, I did the things." It's gonna be like, yeah, we have photographic proof of the things. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I don't know. I guess I'm just planning on being a wild granny, and I need my memories somewhere locked in. So don't worry,
And we
babes.
respect that.
I got you. Hey,
All
Regine.
right.
What up? What
Hey,
up?
hey, love. All right, so that was a great introduction to the show.
Right?
Definitely long, but I love this. I love this. I love that we're able to like just like breathe for the next few weeks
Yeah,
because
y'all. It's just
we're
us this
yeah,
episode.
we're
Did you miss
going into right? Like we're going into a really busy summer with us doing a lot of cons and a lot of panels and stuff. And so
Yeah,
like we wanted to like take a breather right before all of that happens and get
yeah,
to comics because it's been a minute since we've like actually been on the show and talked
yeah,
about what we're like currently reading.
for
It's
real.
I think
Yeah,
when we realized that maybe a week or two ago, we were like, damn,
yeah,
it's been a
actually.
while.
Brayburn's like, lock in, babes. We have a plan. We're gonna get there. I know it feels like a lot right now, but we're gonna get there. That's why we let them down. Cause yeah,
Right.
it was feeling like, I mean, but also because y'all, we have all these events coming up next month. So it's like, okay, we got to do some pre-recordings because when we say we love you and we don't take no weeks off, we mean that. So like the times where we're gonna be moving and shaking, we were like, because I don't know if you've been rocking with us since the beginning and you've seen like our lives from when we're actually at events together, it's so chaotic.
Yeah.
They're like shorter. We don't know what our Wi-Fi situation is going to be like, all of that. So until we're balling out of control and can afford to have like a Pink Riot dedicated hotspot and all of the system stuff and whatever,
Mm,
it's like we're going to pre-record some stuff so you guys have some cool stuff to watch while we're doing stuff and things at the cons, and then we're going to bring all the stuff back so that way you guys can see what happened while we were outside cuz we about to be outside.
big time.
But yeah, so let's
But
get into these comics. Let's get into these
well,
comics.
I know that so on top of like us having like a new intro, we are doing a lot of newer things, with the show. We're adding different segments to the show, which you'll see over time. Hopefully today it will go well
Yeah.
with the different intros, the different segments and stuff. But like one thing we wanted to start talking about is I guess how we are going to be critiquing comics moving forward, right? Um, so there's been, I guess, like I've been thinking about that a lot, especially like in the book space
Yeah,
and
we
all of
both
that. Just trying to figure out what is the best way to not only uplift and highlight these magnificent creators who are doing a fantastic job in both traditional and indie spaces and comics, and just highlighting like the best of the best and the things that we think are good, but also like bringing that critical eye that we have behind the scenes because we have some fantastic conversations about the things we're seeing and the things we want to see get better. We
yeah.
have those behind the scenes, but like how do we bring that forward onto the show in a way that still like maintains Pink Riot as a safe space, as a like a safe space for creators, a safe space for us. Like, how do we balance that?
But also like a safe space for creators, but also a place where our Riot fam can feel confident in what we're saying about things, because that was another
That
piece
part.
that another part of the like balancing of the show aspect has been us being like, okay, we wanted to like, we hit our nose to grindstone. We're like, we're going to get all of the interviews because we want to hype up indie projects, we want to hype up new stuff that's going on, we're doing our megascope project, all those things. We want you to know about these books, we want you to get the like personal behind the scenes story, so that way you have that human centered piece that
Mm-hmm.
happens behind the scenes of the book. We love that part. But then on the same token, it's like, okay, but where are we at? Because y'all haven't heard from just us about nothing in a while. So that's one part of the balance. Another part
Right.
of the balance is that we want y'all to know, or anybody really who comes into this space to know, that if we're hyping up a book and we're telling you to buy it, is
We
because
mean
we
it.
read it, we
Mm-hmm.
believe in it, and we feel like it's worth your coins. So if we're going to be able to give you both sides of that, it
Yeah.
requires a certain level of honesty and transparency about the things that we're reading that we maybe would be like, no, hold on to your doll hairs, girl, or put your money over there instead of over here. You know what I'm saying? So,
I know.
but
I love that term, doll hairs, so fucking much. So
yes.
much. Love
But we've
it.
been kind of like going back and forth, grappling with the best way to go about this, because we've had this
Mm-hmm.
conversation for like in respect to the bookish space, and it's so like turbulent, and because the
Oh my
cancel
goodness.
culture is like so high over there, it's very much like there's certain things you just don't want to do or you don't want to say, because one thing we're never trying to do is take money from black creators or creators of color, or block anybody from buying something from somebody
Exactly.
else. But because of that fear of like, you never want to be the negative press, because these people only get so much money towards having positive press, or so many opportunities towards positive press. You never want to like de-influence somebody from a story that might resonate with them. And then it's
Right.
also like a cultural thing of like, okay, we don't talk like that in mixed company. We not You won't catch me like slandering somebody that's family in mixed
Right.
company. It's the same type of
Because
energy.
you never want to be, especially us being two black women doing this and talking about these books critically, you never want to be the ones where somebody of a different demographic uses what we say as a blanket statement
Right.
on,
Like a
black and
sound
brown
bite taken
creators.
out of context.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And it's like, nah, we don't want that. So like I think I think it kind of boils down to like sharing how we feel, but also being like, read it for yourself.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, because at the end of the day, these are just our feelings. These are our personal feelings.
Right.
Yes, we have a lot of experience and we have a lot of credibility when it comes to reading things critically and finding things engaging, fun, cool,
Yeah.
all that. But like it at the end of the day, you have to sort through this yourself and
Yeah.
figure out what's worth it for you.
Yeah.
Take what we say in consideration, sure, yeah, but like if it still looks cool to you, then fuck our feelings. Like,
Actually. Actually. And that's also not to say that any type of story that you hear like constructive criticism from us about is just an automatic no, because oftentimes, like, how
that
many
part
times
too.
have we come across something where it's like, before I even vet it for real, I'm just like, oh, it's a black creator and I have a few
Hmm.
coins to rub together, so I'm going to go support them, because even if I haven't read a thing, I support their hustle, or I support what they represent or whatever. And
Yes.
then you may not hear me say nothing about that book afterwards, but I did my part. You know what I'm saying? Like there's so many nuances to the way you can approach and be supportive,
Right.
but also like speak truthfully about your experience with something. So
Hmm.
yeah, I just felt like
Or
that piece
like,
was necessary because I've bought many a indie book, many a indie comic before I even, honestly did my
yeah,
due diligence. Have I learned my lesson where I do more of that now? Oh, 100%, for sure, for sure.
for
But
sure.
yeah, but it's like our goal here is to be able to speak truthfully about what our reading experience was. So
Hmm.
hopefully more people can be exposed to these titles that don't typically get as much love, or these titles that we just really want more people to be reading because we love them so much or whatever. You know what I mean? Um
Right.
yeah.
And it would open up like some really interesting conversations for when we do have interviews, like to be like, hey, this, like you said, like I'm also of the belief that a book doesn't have to be like that quote unquote 5 stars in order for me to recommend it, because
Fact.
you can always find something. It takes quite a bit for me to say save you money.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is not it.
Typically they have to have done something egregious, or like we don't, believe, or they've done something that's disrespectful, or that's not, something like that is usually what it would take for us to go to that extreme. Very timely comment. Chelsea Simone says, this is 100% fair and thoughtful, and I think that the balance will also come from you guys having different reading preferences. That is very on point.
Very
And
true.
another point that we both have, like, we have a lot of things that we read in common and enjoy in common, but there's also like a wide stretch out in both directions of things that
Why?
neither of us read. So you'll hear us like going back and forth about, I love it when we get into these like heated conversations and then we just politely go, agree to disagree, babes.
Right?
Because it's like, respectfully, you're wrong, but you know what I mean? Like, but no, but actually, like that taste and preference
Hmm.
does 100% go into it. Like we jokingly talk about how we can recommend something and it would be like, yeah, it was a 2 stars, but 10 out of 10, highly recommend. Because the gag is that your girl is here for a good time oftentimes when I'm reading, but the difference is that I can read something and say, arguably, like, wow, the writing is excellent. This story just did not resonate with me. And all of those things, come into play. I can say this is a very well written book that I just did not enjoy. And on the flip side, I can also say, like, ooh, I had a time. I love this book. Is it a good book? Probably not, but I had a good time. You know what I mean? So
Screaming.
there's the flip side to both of it, which is
Hmm.
why it's hilarious to see like the opposite of our approach of people who will just be like, I read 3 sentences and hated it. DNF, 0 stars,
No,
like that type of
no.
thing. And it's like, how can you,
How can you
so
figure it out? Yeah.
yeah,
Like I'm all for DNFing books. I've done it myself.
for sure. Life is short.
But especially on with Pink Riot and comics in general, I find that I give it more time
Yeah.
before I'm like, this is not it for me. Like we do the three first read
First
and
read and
see
see. Yeah.
before we're like, all right, this is not it. There are certain names, and even there are certain names where I'll give it the full story arc of 5 or 6 issues before I'm like, I'm not gonna continue. But like I'm I want to make sure, like, especially when we're on here and we're talking about, books we may or may not like or vibe with, or we feel like it failed in some way, or it's struggling, not failed, but like it struggled in some ways, like we can, you know, I'm gonna try really hard to stick to that three then see or the full story arc before I'm like,
Yeah.
this is
The
a no.
first recency is so real. But part of the reason, one of the suggestions that we got from our Riot royalty fam was about like giving recommendations and speaking about those as things are coming out, because
Mm,
oftentimes if we're doing first read then see, that's 3 months into the book. You know what I mean? Like if it's
this is
single
true.
issues. So you may miss out on a story, or you may have to wait for the trade. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but we both know what, really moves the
Pre-orders.
dial is pre-orders. So in
Yeah.
the interest of having the opportunity to do that, one of our segments that we're introducing is a segment we like to call Rec or Riot, and it's going to be us talking about the first issues of things that we've read more specifically, but also just things we've read in general, where it's like, would you recommend that I read it and buy it, or would you riot? And obviously we're not actually rioting over books, but it was just cute, with some little
I
alliteration
might.
things. Like, yeah, Keisha might. We might light some shit on fire low key if it's that bad, because that's how it feels when you like drop them coins, especially if you cop multiple variants of a book and it's not
That
hitting like
sound.
that. It hits a little different. It
That
hurts a little
was a
different. It's a little
specific.
frustrating. Yeah, yeah. Can you tell I'm
That was.
still hurting inside? Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's why I didn't do what you did.
Right. Yeah, that's fair. You know what? And she's just going to rub it in my face, guys. But that's the whole point. So, yeah, the goal is to give more recommendations about these stories as we're reading them while they're still new. So that way, hopefully, you guys can get a little more information about titles coming out that you may be on the fence about or want to know more about before you drop those coins. Because, $4 to $5, $4 to $10 a book, depending on whose book
That
can make a
adds up.
difference. Yeah, it does add up. So yeah, we're the goal is to tell more about our reading experiences, be more transparent about what we're liking and what maybe wasn't working, and give you
Yeah.
guys a sooner opportunity to get those pre-orders in if it's something that seems like it might interest you.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Yes, very excited. Very,
Yeah,
very excited
it's
for
gonna be
this.
cute. It's gonna be cute.
It's gonna be great.
Yeah, yeah,
All
yeah,
right.
yeah. But yeah, and it's been a hot minute since we've done pulls for real, so I think we're gonna get into some pulls.
Oh, dang it. I missed the time. No, say it again.
Okay, yeah, it's been a hot minute since we've got to share our pulls, so I think it's time we get into some
The
pulls.
pool is with hot Havoc and the Variant Vixen.
I swear I'm gonna get that timing right. There's gonna be a show where all of this flows so smoothly.
I think it is flowing smoothly. That was great. What are you talking about? Ain't nobody doing nothing.
All right, babe.
Yeah.
It is your go. The Variant Vixen, Bree. Let's go, my love. What did you get? Your tops?
Okay. My tops, yeah, y'all. It's hard out here having to be limited because y'all know how I get down in my Variant Vixen behavior. But I am very receptive to constructive criticism and feedback, whatever. And I guess people had a problem with my pulls taking so long. So here we are.
Hold on, before you start, can I just say, whenever anyone says that they are limited, I always say, because you have nodes.
Because what?
Because you have nodes. You've never watched Pitch Perfect?
No. Mm-mm.
Oh, no. We need to fix that.
Do we?
Yes. It's a cult classic. Look, you got, yes.
Oh,
yes.
okay.
Oh, I don't like that.
I don't like you telling me what I need to do. How about that?
You need to
Also, can we talk about how I had this woman cackling on my way into the comic book shop because I brought out my old faithful.
For those listening, this is a big bag, tote bag that says it's a whole lot of books in this motherfucker.
Yeah.
I like that. That is a dope ass bag.
She was like, I literally was just mind my business, and she goes, I know you fucking lying. I was like, oh my God.
And
So
it
yeah,
looks sturdy as shit too.
it
Like,
really is, and it's got like the little, I don't know, I don't think that's leather, but and it's a little wrinkly because I
yeah.
had to put it in the washer, but
I'm gonna need you to
word to
send
the
that link
wise,
over.
if you have like, and it's a black owned business. I got it so long ago, I don't even know if they're still open, but I'll find it and put it up somewhere.
Yes,
But yeah,
please.
she was cracking up laughing. She got the reference from the Bia song. But yeah, it's wrinkly because word to the wise, guys, if you have those like Starburst style chewy edibles, put them in something so that they don't just live in the bottom of your bag. Because then if they melt and get stuck to your bag, then you have to put your bag in the washer and you will have lost your edibles. So, my bag is wrinkly.
Oh.
Mind your business. Okay, so the main things that we're excited about that we picked up this week are Bishop issue 1.
Nice.
Zaddy. We also got We're reading with Pride for Pride Month. So I picked up
Yes.
Monsters in Love, the Pride anthology. There were several cool variants of this, but this was the most like lovely rainbow sapphic girly pop energy one. So that's the one I got. And this is issue 2 of Justice League Dream Girls, a DC.
Yes.
So
Wait, did I get a variant cover? I fucking did.
there were several different. I don't think this is the A cover. There were so many cutesy covers of that, and there were even some connecting variant covers. So y'all, I withheld and just picked the one that I liked the most this time. So yeah, I'll be talking about issue 1 because it's in my for the next segment, but we picked up issue 2 today. What your girl has been excited and waiting for is Absolute
Catwoman.
Catwoman. This is
Yeah,
the most pink riotous cover variant.
it is.
And I didn't cop all the variants because y'all out here wilding in these DC absolute streets. So this issue 1 of Absolute Catwoman has like 91,000 variants, okay? And like a good chunk of them are specifically like not bookstore, comic book store exclusives. And I don't know what y'all are doing, but my pockets were not prepared for that. Because I kid you not, there's literally like most of the store exclusive variants have like a trade dress and a virgin and a foil. So it's like, it's not just one store exclusive. That's literally 3 store exclusives. And I kid you not, there's like, I have come across many of them and I was like, I wanted to,
Damn.
but yeah, and then some of them are, hey, they did like such a short printing where it's only like 50 or 100 or 500 or whatever. So just the regular trade dress version variant is like $50. That's not even including the virgin. That's not even including the ones that are slabbed. That's not even including the ones that are signed or that are foil. So yeah, your girl was like, I was like, now look, I will go ham for a character that I'm obsessed with. And while I'm excited to see our Catwoman, I don't have the pot. My pockets are not yet deep enough to be getting all the variants. But
I
I
just
did get
counted. There's almost 60.
literally like I'm yes
There are
saying
almost
1,000% was
60
over exaggerated,
variants. That is
but
insane.
there really are hell of them, guys. So yeah, I got as many of the ones that were available for pre-order through my local comic shop as possible. Okay, guys. So like this is the only ratio variant one that I got.
Nice.
And then we also got this one.
I like
Very
that one. She looks very
right?
much like a cat in that
Yeah, very
early.
tea, very tea. And I got a white one because I'm hoping to get it sketched on at San Diego.
Nice.
And I got this one, which is a reference to one of the scenes in this issue. This is the first thing I read when I got home today, guys.
Oh, period. We could talk about it.
Yeah. And then I also got this one.
I mean, how many variants did you get?
I said I got all the ones I could pre-order from my local comic shop.
Dang.
Now,
That's a nice one.
This is literally my girl, okay? I will talk about that a little more later, but it's giving one of my new favorite comic book artists, adding to the list with Peach Momoko and Juliet NECA for sure. And hold on, there's one more. But I had put it in my stack for the next segment. Okay, yeah, and then this one too. The regular one of that other one that I also got. Oil.
See, that's the one I got.
Yeah. So yeah, we got as many of those as possible. And then we got I did get one variant of the Justice League Dream Girls, a DC Pride event, because our good sis Joe. And
I love that.
I believe this is Mateus. Is that my boy? Who did the art for this cover?
I like that cover a lot.
Yeah. Yes, another Mateus cover. Okay, yeah. I'm like, I feel like I know his art by now, but you never want to give credit to the wrong person. But yeah, I was like, immediately yes. And then, oh shoot, sorry. Okay, and then I got Destination Kill 2.
Okay.
We'll be talking about the first one in the next segment, and then last but not least, the Green Lantern All In Volume 2 hardcover. Absolute Zatanna. Yeah. Yes. So yeah, that's my pulls for the week.
Oh, nice. See, that one was smooth.
Right? And I didn't show everything. I just showed the faves.
Dang. So, yeah, as always, my list is never that long. I am very envious, but I do have some really cool buys. So let's start with the issues, and a lot of them are gonna be, similar to Bree because we are reading similar things. So this is my cover for Dream Girls number 2.
Okay.
This is the variant because when I open it up to the first page,
that's the connecting variant.
Huh?
That's the connecting variant. So you want to look for the matching one of issue 1 because they stand next to each other and they make a bigger picture.
Sure. I got this. Yeah. Please know that whenever I have a variant, there's a good chance I picked it up by accident.
Okay. I'm just telling you. So if you wanted to connect them, mine as well type situation.
I might do it because I enjoyed that one. Even having not read it, being a chaotic reader, not reading the first issue, I enjoyed that second one a lot. Period. So I just might. This is an older comic.
I will.
These are for the other segment. This week I'm still collecting Green Lantern Corps with Morgan Hampton. I know that there's a secondary writer on this one as well. And I'm going to talk about this one because once again, I am enjoying Hampton's writing. I really like the way he's been handling the Green Lantern Corps, and he's also in Dream Girls too.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited about that.
Okay, sorry. I have 2 more things.
My Absolute Catwoman. I have the cover A, which is cool. Yeah, I like it.
It wasn't a bad cover for being so for real.
It's not. at all. And while this one came out last week, I went and got it to this past Wednesday on the Star Trek celebrations, because I know that these stories were, at least one of the stories was written by who Jamila Rouser is in here. And we know her from Watch Day Diaries and Josie Press. So when I realized afterwards, scrolling online, that she did a story in here, I was like, let me go pick this up. Am I a Star Trek girl? I've watched some of the movies, but yeah, I'm gonna read this. In terms of trade, I have We Belong, an all black, all queer sci-fi fantasy comics anthology. Nice. I believe this one was like nominated for like a Lambda Award like a year or so ago. And I'm really excited about this. I know one of the editors on here, Victor Kearney. Yeah, so really interested in getting into these stories soon. What else? I got Bussa.
Yay!
So a few weeks back, Rae had gotten this, and when we were talking about like future Riot reviews that we're gonna do, we were like, oh well, you know, let's check that. Check that out. And this is a queer YA romance, and I'm really looking at the blurb or the synopsis. I'm really interested in it. This is supposed to be, you know, New Year's Eve in the late 90s, and like there's gods involved, and there's this mystery person that they're all trying to be connected to, and it's a tangle web of X's, myths, connections, and frenemies. So I'm really interested in this one for real. And it's Abrams Comics, so I'm like I have high hopes that this is going to be great.
Period.
And then and this one I bought because, you know, rest in peace to Marjane Satrapi. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. But the creator of Persepolis, she recently passed away.
Oh,
and so
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So like I was like, you know what? I've seen this book around for years.
Yeah.
I should actually like read it and watch the movie, because I know this is also a movie. So that's what I'm gonna do over the next few weeks. Actually read the book that I've been seeing.
We might have to do a episode of was the book was better for that one.
Yes.
I have that also.
Yes. And I've seen clips of the movie, and it looks really cool.
I didn't even know there was a movie. That's crazy.
Right? So yeah, I'm really interested in those, and that's all I got.
Okay, that's a nice little hefty list. I forgot 2 things. So I forgot 2 things.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Okay, are you ready for like one of the cutest things you ever did see?
Yes.
Okay, are you sure?
Oh my goodness. Yes, Rae.
Okay, so you guys, we were talking about the like origins of the Pink Riot name and what that whole experience was like, and how I was telling Keisha about how when we were first talking about it, I was like looking up all of the riots that we might get confused for. And the main ones that came up were
you got it?
Pussy Riot and Peach Riot. And the way that I went down such a spiral, because y'all know I love some cute girly pop, pink sparkly cutesy shit. Peach Riot is like this group of characters that are in a band, and they're super cute, and one of the characters' name is Frankie, and they just had their Fruit Punch plushies release, and so I got the Frankie one. Look how cute she is.
Goodness. That is adorable. That's bigger than I thought it would be.
Me too. I was like, hey, yo. And she has like the little keychain thing. So she's like a bag charm on my bag. That's really why I didn't think she was this big. Because it's got the thing to be a bag charm. But she's still cute or whatever. And you can't see, but she's got her little cutesy, fluffy little boots on.
Oh, that's cute.
I love it so much.
I
So
love
that's one
that.
thing. And then one time for the one time, shout out to Vault Comics because we had a like Kickstarter snafu situation. Okay. I have loved and read their series Wasted Space, and they did a Kickstarter like a while ago for a omnibusy of the Wasted Space story. So it's the only way you could have gotten the collected hardcover edition of it. And I like it's real easy. Y'all, the way my FOMO is set up, if I back a Kickstarter, I have to forget about it. I can't be checking on it. I can't
Yeah.
do that because it literally hurts my heart.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
like, I paid for it. I want it. It's mine. So that has been my solution to just put it out of my mind. So it was more than easy to like pay for the thing and not think about it. And then literally like months later, after they've already fulfilled people's stuff, I'm looking and I'm like, am I tripping? Did I not get this book? And I'm like, if I did, I definitely would have been hyped about it and I would have had some recollection of this. And it for
Yeah.
sure would have been with my omnibusy books because they're all together. So we've been messaging back and forth. It's been a whole thing. But ultimately, they're like, we sent this last year. And I'm like, well, I never got it, babe. So what we doing? What we talking about? So anyway, they were kind enough to send it to me.
Oh, that's nice.
So this is it. She's kind of smexy. It's
That
got
is
this hardcover slip
nice.
case.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
that's the cover with the spot gloss. Okay. It's giving very deluxe.
Yeah, very.
Right?
That looks good.
So yeah.
You're like, all that, it was worth it.
Yeah, all of that. Y'all know me. Y'all know I love a like ragtag crew frolicking through space, getting into shenanigans type of story. Yeah. Yeah.
Very much.
Period.
Oh my goodness. All right. So we have gotten all of our, all of our polls for this week.
Yes.
I love that. And so now we're gonna get into our new segment. Hold on. Because you did a fantastic job with this. It's Record Riot.
Wreck the Riot. Yes.
Oh my goodness. This is awesome. I like that one. It was
Right?
nice. It was quick. It gets the people going, I love it.
Yes. And shout out to our Riot Royalty fam. They gave us the suggestion that the people love the segments. So to key up the segments. So that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing.
Yeah, yes.
Yay! All of the love for the segment.
So we're gonna be talking about some of the comics that we've been reading so far.
Yes.
And whether or not we are wrecking them or we're having
So
we're recommending them.
Recommending them.
We're recommending them, or
if we want to riot.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
or I guess the third option is if we need to read some more. Which is going to the first 3 then C category. So
we have the pitchforks in hand, but we're on standby.
We're not moved to or on the flip side, we're not quite moved to recommend you spend your money, and we're gonna give it a couple more issues before we decide. So that's like the cute middle ground of it all. Yeah, you guys get the gist, I think.
All right. Let's talk about these comics. Which one do you want to talk about? Because I know you had said that you had read Absolute Catwoman. You want to talk about that one first?
Yeah, we could definitely talk about that one first. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, this is me jumping completely out of order. But when I got to the end of Absolute Catwoman and that, that reveal happened, I was like, oh,
Mhm.
Bree's gonna love this shit.
Yeah.
Cause you love yourself.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. I feel like it's not a spoiler because I definitely posted about that on the Pink Riot page. I know I was about to say y'all can't tell when it's which one of us posting whatever, if it's just going to the page, but it was given away already, so this is not a spoiler. Okay.
Right.
That
Simmer down.
that the fam Che, okay, who is responsible for writing Absolute Catwoman, gives us there's going to be a like break in between the issues of this arc of Absolute Catwoman, where we're getting a Absolute Cassandra Cain one shot in the middle. But where we thought that we weren't going to hear about Cassandra Cain until that one shot, or maybe like the episode before that one shot, that's the cute little reveal at the end of the issue. So, and yes, Keisha knows that that's the only Batgirl in this house for me. Okay. So,
Cassandra
because
Cain. So
we'll get into the lore of that on another episode. But while Cassandra Cain is like Asian, in my mind, she's black because of the folks that put the work in to develop her character. But like I said, that's a whole nother episode. We'll go down that rabbit hole another day. But my good sis Cassandra shows up at the end of the issue.
yes.
But so what I will say is Brayburn giving us the dot. Okay. Listen, I have receipts. It makes sense, I promise, and we'll get into it on another day. But in terms of the wreck or riot of it all, this is 100% a wreck for me. So we got issue 1, Absolute Catwoman. I want to make sure I don't butcher the names. Hey, definitely Pink Riot approved. By Che Grayson, right?
Yes, Che Grayson.
Yeah, Grayson.
And just to clarify, Che Grayson has they them pronouns. I know like
Correct.
we messed up on it on the Black Woman in Comics thing, but like they have they them pronouns. So yeah.
So Che Grayson.
Yes.
Did their big one with
Very
this first
much.
issue of Absolute Catwoman. So my thing about characters who have like a 50 bazillion different arcs and avenues and ways you can access their character is, how are you going to bring this character to me in a way that's fresh, that maybe hasn't been done in that way for me before? So the fact that we're still getting all of the like peak Catwoman isms, but it's flipped on its head because there's a group of copycats who our main character used to work with, and they're all copycatting Catwoman because it's the old crew. And when I tell you, like, it gives you like a quick little base to jump off of, and then it speeds into like we're having a full-on action-packed fight between Catwoman, Selena Kyle, and the copycats on motorcycles, is like, I'm sorry, what? Immediately, yes. This is what you're supposed to do to pique my interest for an issue 1.
Yeah, like they did a solid like setup for like that exposition. You're getting the way Che went back and forth between like Selena's backstory and, figuring out like how Selena kept herself alive, like how she survived on the streets.
Yeah.
I absolutely love that. I'll be honest. My experience with Catwoman is vaguely remembering Halle Berry, vaguely remembering Eartha Kitt, but my Catwoman, honestly, my Catwoman, and maybe it's because of recency, is Sanaa Lathan from the Harley Quinn show. I love that show so much.
That's fair.
So fucking much. So I think just off of bias, that's why. But like getting this,
really just that girl for me. So it's
she is. Period.
Yeah.
Eartha Kitt in general is just phenomenal. But like, just getting this fairly new. Like, I knew of Selena for a while, but like getting this new Catwoman and like getting her backstory, I became invested in her. And the fact that Homegirl was really trying to leave this life behind. Like she had flew out somewhere, she's trying to set up her life. She had retired and they went and fucked with her. And so now she has to like take care of business. And I'm loving that. I'm genuinely loving that. And I like her suit.
Yes, and the helmet. I know you weren't really a fan of the helmet, but
I didn't have any feelings. That wasn't me who said that.
Okay, I feel like somebody was saying they didn't like the way the helmet looked. Maybe that wasn't you, but I love the helmet. To me, it's like, so I feel like the way that they executed this Catwoman helmet is what they were trying to do with the rework of Magneto's helmet, but it worked. It didn't work there.
Because
about it.
Magneto's helmet looks like a lollipop.
Rayburn's not a fan of the current Catwoman helmet, but I love it.
Magneto's helmet looks like a lollipop, and this one looks really cool. It has like really cool functions to it. I really enjoyed this. And her tail was a whip / gun / all kinds of shit. I'm like, yo, this woman is a badass.
Yeah. And the way they revealed that was so cool because it's literally like a scene inside before we get on the motorcycle thing, and you see all these different versions. The artists made their money on those 2 pages, okay? Because the like flipping and action packed of me using all of the facets of my fit.
So for those watching, you can see like this entire splash page. It's badass. The action in this alone, I think, should sell most people. This was really, really well done. The art is cool. It's kind of grungy, kind of noir, but still really cool. I had a time with this.
Yeah.
And for this, is this like Che's first mainstream comic? Because I know that they're a writer in other spaces, but like, if this is, let me look that up to confirm. Because like, if this is the case, my goodness, I'm so excited to see what comes up next.
Yeah, absolutely. So I have to say that my favorite variant of all of these Absolute Catwoman variants that I got is this one, the Sozomaika variant. And she is proving to be one of my new favorite. Actually, I can't even say new because I was already drawn to her art style, like from, I forget, I want to say it was like DC Power, like some years back. She did the like connecting. So she's famously known for her art style being like this, but also doing like editorial fashion style art for her variants. And she did one for DC Power, I believe, and it was all of the girlies from the book, but they were like fitted down, like New York Fashion Week fitted down, and it was like a front to back cover situation. And so I was like noticing it, and I'm like, I'm gravitating towards this art style. Who is this? Who is this? And I'm like, and then you find out it's a Black woman. I'm like, why did I not put this together? So y'all will recognize it the way that I did. I pulled a couple of her recent covers.
That's stunning.
Oh. That's her cover of Tisena one. And then I also got the foil variant for Sirens. Gotham Sirens.
Ooh, I like that. Ooh, maybe that's the cosplay we should do.
Yeah, I'm here for it. I'm 100% here for it. But yeah, so she ate down, but that's if anybody was curious, that's 100% my favorite variant out of my Absolute Catwoman variants. So yeah, very much Pink Riot approved, very much a wreck. Okay.
The reason I like that cover. Yeah, no, for sure. The reason I like that cover is that her ethnicity is very vague in a lot of the covers, whereas
Yeah.
like she is a Cuban woman and it is explicitly said in the comics, so it's nice to see that on the cover.
Yeah. I will
Because I
say
can
that
tell you
some of the store exclusive variants got her looking real pale. Like real pale. And I'm like, what we doing? What are we doing? So yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah, that's disappointing. I mean, we've been having that issue around complexion with artists and making sure that they're accurate.
Yeah.
For a very, very long time,
Yeah.
unfortunately. But like it's nice to see that that artist like got it and she looks magnificent there.
Yes. Very cute. Very cute. Love it.
All right. What is the next comic? How about you go first? What
Okay, you
else
want me
did
to
you
go first?
read?
Okay. Another thing that I read was, since I already showed the cover, was Tisena issue 1. Okay. Y'all, I copped all of the variants that you could pre-order for this, but that wasn't a part of this week's pulls. That's why I didn't pull them out. What I will say is that the art style in this book is very cool, very on point. We
Rae
have
Media always has dope art.
yeah, they ate with that interior art. What I will say is that I wanted like more personality, I guess, from this character, because she looks really freaking cool. The art style is really cool, but there was very much some like kind of like a hollowness to her character and the way that she was portrayed, because you got like a lot of badassery. She's supposed to be an alien, so I get that, the typical isms that might give a black woman personality in a book probably shouldn't be there because she didn't grow up here, so she doesn't have that experience. But there were some things where I just kind of felt like, with all of the cool stuff that was going on around the situation, there was more opportunities to like make me care more about her as a character. So this one for me is going to be a first 3 then C, because I'm hoping that we get to see more of her character moving forward. That makes me like care more about her as a character. But art style is cool. Another cool thing that I love that they did was that in the back you get these QR codes, because this story is not like a one-off. There's like a whole universe that they've created that have other stories linked to it, and they literally let you access it for free via these QR codes. So I'm like, more people should do that. Because if you want to drop me off in the middle of the story, you're like, don't worry, I got you, babe. Here goes the rest of it. So I'm giving my first 3 then C response to this title because there's a lot of cool things about it. And they gave me the tools to check out the surrounding stories. But I want to know more. I want to care more about this character before I would just be like, oh yeah, hands down, this is the best thing I've ever read. I can't say that right now, but I'm going to give it a shot because there's a lot of things that I liked.
Okay. All right. I gotta check that out then. Let's
Yeah.
see if we're seeing the same things. Because like we said earlier, we
Yeah.
definitely do look at comics. We look at some comics differently. I'm not gonna say all, but we look at some comics differently. Okay, so I can go next.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. This week I was so proud of myself. I read all the comics I got this week. Granted, there was only like 3.
Period.
But I read them all. So Green Lantern Corps, this was Morgan Hampton, and hold on, I want to make sure I get that other writer's name correct. Because there were 2 of them on here, and Morgan was on here by himself for a little bit. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Look at that. Okay, so it's Morgan Hampton and Fernando Pasarin. Kasarine. Let me know if I'm pronouncing that right. But I enjoyed this one very much. So like we're coming into this issue. There has been like a bunch of the planets have been, basically everything has been like blown up to destruction, right? And Guy Gardner is like floating in this void type space, and he's being told, hey, you fucked up. Like all these things, you messed up, because he's now like the All Sight. And All Sight, for those who do not know, in Green Lantern, he's like almost godlike status, right? And so they're like, hey, your first day on the job, you failed hard. And so like we need to fix this. And so because of where he is, time and space kind of like blends and meshes together. So he's having to like flow through time to figure out how to fix things. And what I genuinely loved is the fact that this comic, most of it, you know how we typically hold our comic books, you know, with the short side up and all of that, you have to flip this comic on its side to read most of the story.
Oh, that's cool.
And yeah, and I found this to be so cool. I think I vaguely remember this happening in Dorado's short back in February with the Supergirl. Yes, the Valentine's Day one, where he did something similar. So I was like, oh my goodness, I want more writers to play with the page. The page does not have to, you know, be vertical all the time. Flip this bitch to the side. Give us something interesting. Right? Like, and give us something interesting to look at. Because look at that splash page. Just, this was such a dope way to tell this story through time and space. Like, it kind of like makes us go on that topsy-turvy experience that Guy Gardner is experiencing. So like I really, really enjoyed this one. At the end of it, he does come to a conclusion to figure it all out. But like, yeah, I had a great time with this. I love Morgan Hampton in the way he is writing this this Green Lantern story. I want to see more. I'm hoping that he stays on. I'm a little scared seeing the second writer's name, because I'm like, this is supposed to be his. But,
what are you doing here?
Right? He doesn't even go here.
Here. Nobody invited you.
But like now, I'm really excited. And I'm really excited to see what's coming next with him, because I like the way he writes. So yeah, that's fine.
Love it.
What's up with you?
Okay, another one that I liked is Joe Palmer's Destination Kill. So
see, I saw that one and I couldn't bring myself to buy it because, you know, I'm very just shy of Dr. Umar.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Okay, so I felt like I had to say something about this. Somebody in the chat asked if it's by a black writer. It's not. It's by Joe Palmer. But I have seen Joe Palmer write a black woman character well before. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the series. I want to say it was called like Timeless or something like that. And it was a black woman and an Asian dude, like time travel type of series. And they did it well. And I was like, okay, I feel like I can. I feel like I can trust this situation to be done well and respectfully and all of that. And it was. Also, absolutely love this art style. So I got another variant of it.
That's in the interior as well?
Yes. That's why I'm showing this cover, because that's what the art kind of looks like on the inside. Let me give you another example of it. So like, check it.
Nice.
Very stylized. Yeah. So this story takes place in the UK. It's like far flung in the future. I want to say it's like 30 3025 or 3052, something like that. It's in the future. It's in the UK, and it's talking about our main character is a Black woman who is a police officer, and she's having to navigate the chaos that's happening in the city because a bunch of construction workers who were building a part of building up the city were basically fired, let go, laid off, however you want to call it, because they're utilizing robots to build the city now. So there's this huge group of like construction workers, like human workers, have become like this masked mob of people, and it started off as them protesting to get their jobs back, but some of the bad apples brought like weapons and it escalated, so the narrative has been like flipped on its head about what they're doing. And so like you see that how quickly like a narrative can change the people's perspective on what's happening, and their group sort of mob mentality of the construction workers has kind of just made them into a villain, and they're kind of just like, well, that's how you're gonna depict us, we're gonna do what we need to do because nobody's hearing us anyway, type of thing. So it's wild to see. But I would say that the best part about this book is its humor. There's like a lot of commentary that aligns itself well with like what we're experiencing now. Like it's definitely knocking on anybody's forehead who's like, "Oh, it's no big deal. Everybody's using AI. It doesn't matter that it's taking people's jobs." Like it's very much on the nose about that stuff, but in such a way that it's like making fun of itself and the situation. So there's like a lot of brunch moments where it's like, oh yeah, like it's so very obvious, but it's freaking hilarious. So there's spots of humor. So we got the main character who's a police officer, and she in this issue she links up with her ex-partner, and they have like this hilarious banter back and forth because he's on his private eye type stuff, but he's looking a little worse for wear, and they low key like chop on each other a little bit. It is hilarious. The art style is very cool. It's very much giving adult humor Saturday morning cartoon vibes. But I'm loving what it's saying, and the direction that I feel like it's going in. So this is 100% Pink Riot approved from me. And I will be continuing to read this. Obviously, I picked up issue 2 this week, and I'm interested to see where it goes from here. And it's just funny to kind of have that conversation about like, as long as it's done respectfully, I feel like that's not always a bad thing because, you know, good writing is good writing, good representation is good representation. I can trust this. I know you're going to look around. This is why it intentionally made sure I put this on here, because I know Keisha disagrees, but if it's done well, it's done well. And if it's a good story, it's a good story. And some of the things that this book is able to say, because the main character is a Black woman, it wouldn't be able to be the same story if she wasn't. So, yeah.
And I hear you. I hear you. My question is always, whenever I see white authors who have Black, Indigenous, other people of color as their main characters, I always question why. One, why would they do that, right? Just in general. Two, just it because it's more about like where that creator sits in the industry, right? And just knowing that whether or not they see it, that book that they created, that story that they created, where they have a person of color, Black, Indigenous person as the main character, that has taken up a spot of someone who is actually of those demographics. And it creates, there is a larger potential of creating like less space for us in these areas. That's my only reason. Like maybe in the future.
I just don't know that that's always the case. Like, because another aspect of that is this is an Oni Press book. Like, they don't shy away from creators of color. Like, I haven't seen a lack of that. Like, the majority of my Oni Press titles are Black authored or Black
Yeah, I'm
artists.
not saying specific to any one imprint. I'm just saying like as a whole within the industry, it's a problem. But yeah, like, you know, it's cool.
Y'all see how this is a book that she hasn't read, and I'm telling y'all it's a wreck. And she's like, I don't know. I'm not gonna tell y'all how to spend your money, but you're stealing from people's pockets. I don't see it that way.
Oh, what? I'm not saying. Like I said, read what you want. You know, at the end of the day, I just know it's not something I can put in my collection just yet. That's it. Hold on. Someone on Instagram says, so it's white authors with POC main characters. Yes, that's
this particular story, Destination Kill, the main character is the main characters, one of them is a Black woman, one of them is a white dude.
Yeah. Shell says, I look at it like this. Jimmy Fallon said if he made it, Roots would be his house band. He would have had any band, but he chose the Roots. Sometimes we need people already at the table.
Agree. There's lots of ways to put the hand out or to there's what's the saying? There's many ways to skin a cat.
There are, and that's why I'm like that's your way, and that's cool.
That's just one of the ways, one of the many ways to skin a cat. But cat conversation aside, is a good story. So far.
That's good.
We'll be continuing with it. What's your next one, babes?
What is the next one that I read? What was it? Please, where is it? Okay. Because I haven't talked. It's been a minute since I read this one, so forgive it. But the new Zatanna run, Jamal Campbell has done, and this is really interesting because you were just talking about a book that is written by a white author that has a Black main character, whereas this one is written by a Black man and it centers a white woman.
Right.
And what's interesting, I have a very different perspective about this.
I'm sure you do. That's
why it's okay.
It goes both ways. Like, and I'm glad that this is the route that is going by accident, because another one of these ones that's on this list is Moonstar, and I know we both have read that one, and that's the opposite side of it.
Yeah.
So yeah, go ahead.
But no, Zatanna, I loved Jamal Campbell's first run that he did last year, I believe. I really enjoyed that one overall. It made me appreciate Zatanna as a character because I didn't really know her outside of the Enemy show.
Yeah.
So like getting to know her and her world and all of that last time was really, really cool. So diving into this one, Jamal, like I figured it looks like he has more space to do what he wants.
Period.
And to like
a Jamal Campbell book that I didn't like, so there's that.
This is very true. Very true.
If we're being so for real, yeah.
Yeah, like if we're looking at the man's track record, it's been great.
Yeah.
And so like I think he is doing art and story on this one. Nice. And it is really, really good.
Yeah, that makes me happy. I literally only got those because of how much you hyped up the last one. I was like, okay, and he's running it back. All right, so I'll pick it up, but I haven't read it yet.
Yeah, so like I said, I'm really excited about that Zatanna issue. Since we're gonna talk about it, so one reason why I think it's okay to do this, and why I'm like hesitant in doing the inverse in Destination Kill is because I feel like as Black and brown people, we have to know whiteness. We have to be very intimate with it in order to navigate it safely.
Yeah.
And so there are things about, that we can, because we know it so intimately, we can write it. We can write it well, and we can write it with nuance. And I feel like, at least, and I'm not going to say because we can't do blanket statements, we can't speak in absolutes, right? I feel like there are enough white authors who don't give that same due diligence when they are writing and centering Black and brown main characters.
Yeah, there's more of what I can say, even though, it's the other side of the argument. What I can say is that is a very true statement, and there's more examples of white authors who did not do their due diligence, and it shows, than there are of shining examples to speak to my side of ways to skin a cat. So that's why it's just it's also like the split side of like, so when I do come across someone who has done a good job, it's like, if you absolutely are going to, there needs to be some reason to your story as to why. For me, there needs to be some reason as to why it was necessary for you to take that approach, and you need to have done a good job. Otherwise, I'm looking at you sideways, because there's been plenty of times where we pick up a book and we're like, it's giving you really just put every stereotype you could find on the page. Like, it's giving, what was that? The graffiti in that Thor book and the slang in that. Yeah, that scandal that happened like a little while ago. But yeah, there's definitely more negative examples of this being done than there are positive. So that's why it's like, when you do come across a good one, it's like, okay, if you're gonna do it, this is how you do it. And I'm cool with supporting this person because they've clearly done the work and they had a good reason to have that in their story. Yeah, Chell Simone says, I agree, it's a proceed with caution type of thing. And Keisha's like, ho, be careful, and just don't.
Yeah, like, I'm not gonna look down, the barrel of every gun to see if it's loaded. So like, I'd rather just be safe in the year of our Lord 2026.
Not to be dramatic or anything.
No, because like I said, I don't want to like bring it down too much, but like,
it's not bringing it down. It's open.
It's a bit traumatic. It's a bit traumatic to like read a book and get hit with the worst stereotypes of your people, and get hit with something that's inauthentic, and especially now in a time where we are dealing with so much in the world. Like, I don't want to have to go into an imagined world, an imagined space, and
that's true.
Possibly.
It's you see, I'm 100% hearing where you're coming from. I'm less apprehensive about the initial step off, I guess. But like, it's funny because I literally heard Regine Sawyer's voice in the back of my mind when I was reading Destination Kill, because when we had her on the show, she said something about, actually, I can't remember if this was our conversation before the live or if it was said on the live. But anyways, Regine had made a comment about representation in stories and being like, where's their bonnet? The main character in Destination Kill while they're at home getting called about whatever they need to do for work, is wearing her bonnet because she's at the house and she's chilling. It's like,
Who's the artist on that?
let me see.
Because that might sway, you know.
I might
because,
save it
like,
for you.
yeah, because you know they're
Written
I don't
and
know if
drawn
I'm.
by Joe Palmer. And the color art is by Falasade Dleseni.
That sounds.
We don't want to make assumptions, but it does. But yeah.
Say the name again, because I think
The color artist is Folasade, and the last name is Olaseni. But yeah, Joe Palmer wrote it, drew it, and did the lettering and logo design. So that makes sense because it's very stylized all throughout.
really, because it's saying on. Huh.
I'm literally reading the inside page.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to find, because you said letters, and I promise you I heard you, but did I catch them all?
It's
No.
okay. F as in
Okay.
Frank. OLA
Okay.
SADE. So like Fola and then Sade in one word. And the
Got
last
it.
name is OLA S as in Sam ENI.
Oh, period. Okay. So the colorist is black.
Okay, my apologies. Chel Simone says Falashade is said like the singer Sade. So there we go. Period. Regine said cultural competencies, y'all. Exactly. Yes, Regine. Where's that bonnet at? It's in there. It's in Destination Kill.
All right. Because I will give it, whenever there is a writer-artist collaboration where the artist has say over what's said, you know, and they can be that critical eye and be like, hey, this needs to be done a particular way. Let's make sure that that's happening. I do
Yeah.
give those more.
Yeah. There's somebody adjacent in the room.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. The
So for
conversation
that,
happened at some point. Yeah.
right. For that, I'll definitely look into it then, because
Yay! You guys seen it in real time. I love it. You're like, not
right.
too much. And just know, y'all, that Keisha's about to be super critical of this book when she spends that $5. I just know, but I'm here for it.
No, I'm not.
Like, Bree, you made me spend my money on this white man's book. Love it.
That's not the comic I'm gonna be critical about. It's another one. We'll talk about it afterwards.
Ooh, yeah, and will. Okay. Okay, so now that we've done both sides of that argument, there's another side that we haven't spoken about. And that's I guess it's the same.
Oh
But
yeah, Moonstar.
so another one that was on my list for this is Moonstar. And as you guys know, I copped all of the variants of this issue 1 because this is Moonstar's first solo run. Okay. They've been featured in other stories and stuff, but this is their first like solo. And it's the opposite of the conversation that we're having because this is a situation where it's a character of color written by a white person and they're very flat on the page. And
it means an indigenous character. I feel like that needs to like be explicitly said because there's so much missing.
Erasure, yeah. Yeah, that's fair.
And I try to at first, and I tried to give it some space because I was like, maybe there's parts of Moonstar's history I don't know, because this is not the first time Moonstar has been in a
In
particular run
comics,
of
it's just the first
right.
solo run, yeah.
Right. So I was like, well, maybe there's some backstory I don't necessarily have or whatever. But
Yeah.
I don't know. By the end of that first issue, I felt very awkward about this indigenous character who everything she is doing, everything she's surrounding herself with is not, what is it? I forget. It's like Norse is I think it's Norse mythology. Like,
So, for context for everyone who hasn't read the issue, yes, this is Moonstar's first solo run, but it's picking up from what happened in previous series that Moonstar was featured in, where Moonstar is actually a Valkyrie. And that's all associated with like Thor and all of them. So you're looking at, like Keisha said, Norse mythology. So if you're stepping into this like, oh, I want to support an indigenous character's first run, which is how the lens that I was looking at it through.
yeah.
Because the last time we did something like that was with Rebecca Roanhorse's Phoenix Echo run.
Oh,
And
that was good.
she ate that up. Okay.
Yeah.
Ate that
Yeah.
up. So we're expecting there to be something like that, given that this is Moonstar's first solo run. But instead of it being getting the like separate respect that I would have liked to see for her first solo run, it's a continuation of things that we already had going on in other stories. So it is very Norse mythology heavy, which feels disingenuous to what we would have expected from Moonstar's first solo run.
Yeah.
Is it a bad story? No. Are there cool things happening?
Yeah.
Yes. Is it understandable with respect to where she has previously been featured? Also, yes. But was it off-putting
And
and disappointing in the sense of expectations for how her first solo run should have been like rooted in a story that was about her? Yes.
yeah,
So,
because
yeah.
she very much felt like an afterthought in a lot of
Yeah.
ways
Yeah.
in
She
in
just happens
this
to
in
be.
this run. And it's not just from a point of her cultural background, it just like as a character in general. She
Yeah.
felt very secondary, especially she felt secondary to magic.
Yeah.
She felt secondary to like this big bad villain who is also part of Norse mythology. Like, they had a great opportunity to create a story that could have, tied her more to something of her. It
Yeah.
just felt like everything was a distant.
Yeah.
I
All
can't
the
even.
things were happening to her. It didn't feel like it was about her.
Right.
What I will
Exactly.
say is I continued buying it because we have different views about, when you show up with your dollars, because we seen they didn't shy away from the fact that a lot of characters from Marvel were getting their first solo runs for the first time within the last 2 years, and it was pretty much like we're going to see how people show up and that will determine whether we get another book. Prime example of this, Psylocke getting her
Yeah.
solo run, and people showed up, myself included. I was copping all the variants. And because of that, we now have the Psylocke Ninja series happening now. And that's like back to back.
Yeah.
So it's proof that when people pull up for a character, they do these stupid experiments and don't tell anybody. Like, there's no way that should have been the first time you're seeing an ongoing less than like a four issue run for a character like Psylocke. There's no way that should have been the first time that that's happened, because she's not like one of the OGs, but she's been around. So
Mm-hmm.
for that to be the first time, and then you see the result of people showing up with their duelas, it's like, is this my favorite story at the moment? No. But would I love to see a more
Another
thoughtful
one.
star story in the future? 100%. And I
And
get
that's
that
what's
not everybody is willing to show up that way, because I have heard, we've heard it many a times on this show, the other side of that. So I gotta buy a bad book just so that way we can
I
maybe get
was
a good
just
book
about to
later.
say that. Like,
I hear
do
that
we
side
have
of the
to?
argument.
Yeah, like, why should we have to? Like, not why should, but
We
it's
shouldn't.
disappointing
It
that
is.
that's our reality. Like, we have to put up with, misrepresentation. We have to put up with so much from mainstream comics in order to get the good, thoughtful story eventually.
Yeah.
And that's if they even take care of it properly, because we see what happened to Storm and Murewa's
Yeah.
title and like how we find, not finally, but we got a great Storm run after that crazy one that we got in 2023. We finally get like this amazing Storm run, and we're
Yeah.
expecting great things, and we are just told,
And
fuck you and your feelings.
I'm gonna just like touch on that, and we haven't really said much about it because I think both of us were kind of, maybe me more than Keisha, but I think both of us were kind of hoping that there was some other weird thing happening where it was gonna show up as something else. Because one thing that really burns my toast is that, like you said, the previous Storm run that I try not to speak on. So, for context, for people who aren't like Marvel heads or whatever, I don't profess to be a Marvel head either. So don't y'all be trying to quiz me in the comments or no shit, because I will kick you out. But
That is a wonderful
I'm just
disclaimer.
being so for real about it. But
Right.
so a couple of years ago, we got a Storm run, and it's written by a woman of color, and it wasn't a black woman, but it was a woman of color, and it was a very cookie cutter, not giving the people what they wanted version of Storm.
It had a beginning, middle, and end.
Yeah, it was a Storm story, and I collected every variant of that book because we had our expectations. And that's one thing about me being a completionist as it pertains to a character that I cut for. Sometimes that's just a part of it. What I will say is, it did not help that at the exact same time that that Less Than Stellar Storm run was out, we had X-Men Red out, which
Yeah.
in my opinion was the better Storm book, because if we're
Yeah.
being so for real, it was a team up, a squad book, but that was the blackest X-Men Red that you ever did see,
Yeah.
and our good sis Storm was the head of it. And we got also around that same time, the Storm and the Brotherhood, like little short mini series that was a part of the what is the school's name? Sinister,
Sinister.
exactly, the whole Sinister event that was happening. Storm showed up and showed out, okay, for that
Yeah.
quick little mini. So to me, that and X-Men Red were both better Storm runs than that previous Storm run. And they were all literally coming out at the same time. So it was tough. That's right.
Right.
Sins of Sinister. Thank you, quid pro quo. But that's what made it even harder to like ride with that other Storm book, because they were all literally coming out at the same time. And I'm like, but this isn't a Storm book by title, but it's a better Storm book than the Storm book that's booking. So when we got the Murewa book, it was like, hey, yo, like he's giving the people what we
Magnificent.
want. He's touching on all of the things. We're getting the
Yeah.
drama, we're getting the intrigue, whatever, on top of her
We're getting the thirst
ultra
picks. It
power.
was
Yeah, like it was hitting on a number of levels. And then they decided, okay, we have this other event going on, and we're gonna break it up. So I felt like it was very disrespectful that if you look at the history of Storm, yes, Brayburn getting the fashion, because we both were excited to click that. Definitely getting the fashion in that run. But we literally had, if you look in the history of Storm books, the Storm solo books are not typically her book. It's normally like a cutout from an X-Men series, or like I said with the X-Men Red and all of that. And it's like she's been an OG and she doesn't have any solo runs. And so then for us to get one and it's doing all of the things that it needed to do, like that's literally the little outro for our video where Keisha's like, "Oh, how many variants is it?" And I'm like, 11. That was me. Okay, copying all the Storm variants.
Got all of
And that
them.
wasn't even all of them. That was just the original pre-order. And I know that I wasn't the only one showing up like that. Then it gets broken up to do this Rogue Storm foolishness. Okay. To me,
they kept restarting it.
They could have let the run continue at its normal pace. The Rogue Storm thing could have been its own separate book so that it didn't disrupt the continuity of the length of the Storm run. Okay. Because it happened like however many years outside of it. So it's like that could have been its own thing. It didn't need to break it up. And then we come back and it's starting fresh at issue 1 instead of continuing the initial run. So it's like there was a lot of hiccups, and it's really sad to see because we didn't have the pleasure of having him on the show. Murewa, if you see this, pull up because we would love to chat. But I did see him on Room Full of Blurred. Shout out to the fam. We love them down. And he was talking about seeing the series going to 30 issues.
We had the highest hopes, and it looked like he was setting us up for that.
Yes.
And there were, I don't think it was a hiccup. I think it was very intentional. And
and it's like if you box him in and he's thinking of a 30 issue run, and then you box him in and he has to wrap everything up in 5 more issues.
Yeah, and keep restarting.
Right. It's like you interrupted his story with this event foolishness, and then you're telling him he has to wrap it up in 5 issues. It's like you completely disrupted what he was trying to do. So right. So, Quid Pro Quo says then they shifted it to Earth's Mightiest Mutant from ongoing to limited series. Exactly. So it's like when they did pick it up after the Rogue Storm foolishness, it was the Earth's Mightiest Mutant, but it wasn't like the continuation because it started at issue 1 again. And then you get people complaining about what's happening with that, with the story after the Rogue Storm. And it's like, well,
who's going to trust that? Like the fact that they keep starting it, or whenever it is hers, it was always connected to some kind of event. And so who is going to trust that this is going to be any different? They even
outside of that, it's like, give him the space to cook. Like,
basically,
I thought that the setup from the original run was doing everything that it needed to do.
It was.
He's giving you he was giving us all of the drama and all of the tea that was going to cause a commotion with the OG stands and the new fans. Because, like, the way that y'all were all in a tizzy and ready to tussle over Storm getting some whoop-de-whoop from Wolverine, it's like, she's not marrying him. Please chill. Because y'all are allowed to do whatever you want with your wankadoodles in these books. But let Storm get her rocks off. You know what I mean? Like, chill. Please chill. Please have several seats.
I was cool with every option she had in that book.
Because we're getting all the first traps to lead you into the next issue. I'm like, yes.
This one had options, and it was a great read. It was an absolutely wonderful read. And it made a fan. Like, I became a fan because, like, I think that was the first time, like, I really, like, read an ongoing, because I'm not, like, really an X-Men. Well, I wasn't an X-Men reader prior to this. So, like, no, I am being converted. Like, I'm seeing the good in these stories. And, like, so, like, that was my first introduction, like, real long-term introduction to Storm, and I absolutely loved it. And to have it be dismissed by Marvel like that was really disappointing.
And we hadn't read anything thus far because we were hoping it was gonna get picked back up with new packaging. Because like, how disrespectful is that was it 50 or no? It had to be 50 because I feel like Black Panther's 60 just happened, but Storm's 50th anniversary anthology one shot or whatever is like also in the same year that she's getting more than a limited run for the first time. Make that make sense. And then y'all broke it up anyway. So it actually was like the way that you can count a gazillion Spider-Mans and a gazillion Wolverines. You know what I mean? Like, come on. Put some respect on Storm's name.
One of our interviews that we pre-recorded, they said it best. That, you know what, I can't even say that right now. But like there's but we had something said to us about mainstream comics, and I was like, oh my goodness, right? Yeah, absolutely right. So this is what I tell y'all, yo, read other things too.
Yeah, support the indie stories, give them a chance to tell their stories, because they, you know, they're going to take all of that stuff into consideration. So it's like, ultimately I'm complaining because Storm is one of my favorite characters. So it's always going to be like the least you could do. Cause I mean, if we're being so for real, Storm be carrying the casuals on her back. You know what I mean?
So, I wonder what Murewa, if he's said anything publicly about all of this, like, you know, how he feels about this. Because, like,
I wonder if he can say. That's why we hadn't said much for real. Because it's like, okay, they've been doing some weird stuff, but they did bring it back. So maybe it'll come back as something else, because they've done weirder shit before. But now it's just kind of like, I went to go do my pre-orders and it's like, there's no Storm in my pre-orders. What's happening? Like, it just was unceremoniously dropped. So yeah, it's a thing, but we'll have to talk about the progression and stop and start of that story. Maybe that will be one of our like character dives that we do.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, because we got to get into that. Chelsea says, just got my hands on Luna. As you should, babes. As you should.
Yeah. That one.
That there's more than one Luna comic out there. So are you talking about the one by our good sis from Aurora's comic podcast?
That one used to be on Concrete Comics, and it's now on Carla's imprint, Black Girl Comics, I believe.
Period. Okay, Chell is talking about Carla. As you should, okay?
Yeah, that's a good comic.
That is a good comic, and we'll definitely have to talk about that on the show too. Carla is definitely Riot fam. We've had her and her co-host on the show with us before. We got the pleasure of kicking it with them at San Diego Comic-Con last year. And she blessed us with signed copies of Luna. So also a Riot approved book that you should definitely pick up. What did I miss? Oh, Steve White for 4533 says support Ignition Press, great books. 100% agree. Y'all have definitely heard us screaming about Ignition Press books because we're Stephanie Williams stands around these parts, and when we they took real good care of us at San Diego Comic-Con last year, y'all.
They did. They like absolutely
really did. Good. And we were blessed with ash cans, and their ash cans are so tea because, you know, a typical ash can will be black and white. Theirs were black, white, and gold. Color.
Yeah.
So tea. But we got ash cans of their like freshman class books, and there wasn't a miss amongst them.
I still wear that t-shirt everywhere. I wear like mine is faded and everything. I love that t-shirt.
Mine's gotta wash it with the yellows and the khakis inside out.
Yeah, no, my brain can't do that.
Yeah, we definitely rock with Ignition Press. Another one of the books from them that's on my list is read.
Brutal. Just
Yes,
brutal.
exactly.
I really enjoy that comic.
Yeah, it's literally on my stack over here, right under the Sirens series. Because, yeah, as you should. So, yeah, we definitely rock with Ignition Press. Okay, period. Get your bag. Chelsimone says she
Right.
tapped me to do some art for her, y'all. Love that for you, babes.
Ooh, I'm a little
Regine says, I
jealous.
still have my Roots of Madness hair oil. And doesn't it smell so good? Y'all, the way that San Diego Comic-Con owes me nothing and I was just spending
Yeah.
money like I was balling or something. I was like, oh, it's Roots of Madness. I'm buying all of that shit. I bought the stickers, I bought the
And
hair
then
oil, everything. Because I was like, no, we want our good sis to sell out. We do.
I want the
We do.
comb. I
I got
really I
you a
want.
comb.
I mean, like I have no hair, but like
It's not you're not gonna be
no,
able to use it, but
no.
but I got
I
you one.
that I just wanted to like just be on the shelves. That's it.
Yes, Regine
Yeah.
said, I love it. Yeah, it smells so good. It smells alchemical. It smells like it was gonna do something magical, like it was from in the family recipe. Yeah, it's very tea. But it's also very light. So yeah, the fact that they were like, we're gonna partner with a black owned hair brand to bring you the Roots of
Yeah.
Madness merch. I was like, that's
That
so tea.
yeah,
That's
that
so
intentionality
That's how you know
is
that one of us is in the room, and we got to meet her, and her name is also Bree.
yeah, shout out to
Yeah.
Rae.
Regine
Yeah.
says, "I hope to God they'll have more this year." I
Right?
know, like
Same.
we might have to side message Brianna from Ignition Press and be like, "Girl, who actually made that so we can get some more?" Yeah, because it's gone. It's gone. Okay. But yeah, they
Oh,
definitely showed up. I hope that we're able to connect with them again this year. I don't know if they're gonna like go all out like they did last year because y'all they cut up. So last year San Diego Comic
I
Con,
mean,
instead of having a booth, Ignition Press rented out like a whole building in the gas lamp and they had like shows and installations and you could go there and get free coffee and they had like photographers so you could get like VFX style makeup to get pictures. They did their big one, okay?
but
And
I mean, like,
did some of our best schmoozing at one of their like at industry parties and had a time. Do you hear me?
but I
So
mean,
Ignition
they
Press,
are
if you see this,
deserving.
we love you. Please love us back.
But they're deserving of
Yes,
it. Like,
Regine says, I think they're doing the same thing this year. Sign a bitch up. Sign a bitch up because we will be there with bells on. We definitely pulled up. Y'all, oh, so tea. We literally had our first in-person Pink Riot creator interview because Ignition Press looked out for us. They reserved their dedicated press room so that we could interview Stephanie Williams in person.
yeah.
And I'm still like blown away by that whole experience because you thought we loved Stephanie before. Yes, a time was had.
Yo, speaking of Stephanie, she's a featured guest for San Diego
Yes,
Comic Con this year. That was awesome to see. It would
very
tell me
awesome to
why
see.
my husband, right? He texted me a picture of Stephanie in like the whole like news release.
Yeah,
He's like, you know this person?
ain't that
And
your
I'm
girl?
like, right? I'm like, my good friend.
Yeah,
That's my good friend,
yeah.
Steph.
Period.
Yeah, I'm really excited. I'm so happy for her and the
Right,
things
same.
that have been happening with her. I am hoping that, I'm hoping one that after like San Diego, she's able to like breathe, relax, chill,
Like, we know she's not gonna stop
chill.
because Steph is
Right,
definitely if booked and busy was a person, but
right,
it's like, good sis, we need you to rest in between
right.
all the things that you're doing. But nah, we're so incredibly proud of her. And it's very much you know how people say like don't meet your heroes and whatever. Blah, blah, blah. We had some of those type of interactions, but babies, Stephanie Williams was not one of them. When I tell you she like looked out for us and held it down, like not too many creators were like, yeah, text me. I'm like, my heart skipped a beat and I looked at Keisha like, she just said we could text her? What do you mean? Like, are you so for real?
No,
Yeah. Yeah,
she's
babes.
for she's big on community, and
Yeah.
I
Because if you
think like
see, she's pulling up on the community shows.
yeah,
You know what I
like
mean?
that. It's been really cool seeing her do that, and then seeing like, especially with everything that's happened in the comic industry in the last few weeks or so,
Yeah.
seeing how people move through community has been
Yeah.
really, really cool in a lot of ways. Really interesting in a lot of ways.
I'm saying in a nice way, y'all. There's definitely multiple sides to it, and they aren't all
Yeah,
nice,
yeah.
unfortunately.
But I mean, like, there are some beautiful aspects in seeing, like, especially seeing how creators behind the scenes have been like working together to
Yeah.
protect themselves and
Yes.
help each other. That, I think, above everything for me was just like one of the best things to learn these
Mm-hmm.
past few weeks. And
Yeah.
yeah, that was a joy. I
Yeah.
can't wait to like
So
see
y'all see
everybody,
that. Yeah.
right? See everyone together in person at Comic Con and all of that. It's been wonderful. Hey, Navy baby.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Navy baby. Hey, Bookie Boo. I miss
How are
you.
you,
You
love?
know what's not about to be the same? San Diego Comic Con without Navy. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Somebody fix it immediately.
We're gonna go to the deli shop.
I don't know what needs to happen, but we need Navy at San Diego Comic Con. He
That we
says,
do.
there may be a chance. Navy, get on it. Get on it.
Yeah.
I didn't want to pressure you, babes, but I was so sad. Keisha will tell you, I was like, what do you mean he's not coming?
This is exciting.
Yay!
I'll keep you
Oh,
posted, but I may be there with
Navy!
you.
If you
Yes.
ever have any doubt in your mind about whether you should go or not, please think of our pouty faces. Do your best pouty face, Keisha.
My pouty face doesn't read well as pout. But just know
That's us being sad about you potentially not being there. So if there's ever a time where you're like, but it's gonna be so much, just think about our pouty faces and that we will miss you if you're not there. Davy.
I really like when I'm telling y'all, Navy is one of the best people to
Yes.
meet, to be around. The joy he has for community and comics is something that we all should be aspiring to. For real.
Yes. If everybody could just get a drop of Navy's energy and enthusiasm for community and love and joy in the space, then this whole space would just flourish. Like, I'm so for real. Like, he took us under his wing for our first time being there together, because Keisha has done major cons before, but as I'm new to this. I'm new to some of these things. And he literally made it his business to like make sure that we got introduced to all of the cool things and knew how to go about stuff so you don't miss out on things and navigate in the space and all that. He literally held it down for us. And that was our first time meeting him in person. Yeah. So, yeah, just a beautiful human. And to see the joy that he sparks just for pulling up in places. Literally, everybody, Navy. So we literally had like such the red carpet experience just because people were like, oh, if you're with Navy, you must be good people. Like,
Navy takes care of people.
And he does. He has such a big heart.
Yeah. Like, truly aspire to be like that, Navy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Aww.
Oh, we love you, Navy.
Hold on. Is it? Will it do it? Yeah, it will.
All of the
Took
vibes.
me forever to get those reactions.
Y'all gonna catch these reactions, but,
Right?
but yeah, we love you down Navy, and we're so glad
Yeah.
that there's a chance that you'll be there because it won't be the same. But yeah, we just, so much love. We definitely went down a little bit of a spiral, but we are beyond excited and planning and preparing for giving y'all the best examples of our experience and documenting our experience and making sure that we have content for y'all while we're out there in real time and all that type of stuff. So yeah, we're excited, and we want y'all to get excited and be a part of it because it's about to be a vibe. But yeah, thank y'all so much to everyone who showed up and came to Kiki with us for today's episode. If you like this episode, make sure you scroll up, scroll down, check out another or 3 or 4 or 5, because those streams really do help us. Share it with a friend, tell a friend to tell a friend to check us out. Make sure you like, share, follow, comment, subscribe Pink Riot Comic Show on all US platforms. If you haven't already, check out our link tree so that way you can give our Pink Riot merch a gander. Keisha's rocking our Bust That Omnibusy Wide Open shirt right now. It's cute. It's a vibe. We have so many other designs and so many other colors, so make sure you check those out. We also have a Patreon. Shout out to our Patreon subscribers. We are so grateful and thankful for every single last one of you in that space. And we literally do a happy dance anytime we're able to add any more of you to that list. We have a free tier, so you could show up for the free ski, just pull up for the vibes and still participate. And we also have several paid tiers. The higher up you go in tiers, the more access you have and the more influence you have on what happens in the show. As you've seen today, the new intro was chosen by one of our Riot royalty members, and the new segment that's now a permanent fixture and a part of the show was a recommendation by another one of our Riot royalty tier members. So we want to involve you, we want to include you, we want to give y'all what y'all want on the show, and we ask that group of people first. So definitely pull up in that space, look around, say hi, what's up, all of the things. If you haven't already, you know that our show is live on Thursdays, and then it pulls up as a podcast on Saturdays because, we just organized like that. Key should be doing her big one. Somehow my good sis has set it up so that there's literally over 150 places where you could find our podcast. So, just give us a Google. What does it say? Google me, baby. Go ahead, mommy. Yeah. So if watching us maybe isn't your bag, you can totally listen to us because we's a podcast now. So make sure you like, share, follow, comment, subscribe, rate, all of those things, because we're trying to get our numbers up, step our cookies up, because we passed the milestones with followers or whatever, and we're trying to keep it going, trying to keep that energy going. And if you prefer the live energy where you get to kiki and interact with us in real time, don't worry, we got you, babes, because we'll be here at the same damn place at the same damn time, live at 5 every Thursday, and we don't take no weeks off because we love you and we love what we do. We'll see y'all next week. Bye.
I definitely found more. All right, how many variants are there?
11.
Damn. Go ahead. No.